What are you doing all the way up there? Greetings and salutations! I am Karen Rossmore and welcome to my stream. A little bit late today because there may or may not be a cat in the house. I don't know. It's not my cat, first of all. Before anybody gets excited about the fact that I may or may not have a cat. My computer is going really freaking weird at the moment. I don't know what's causing that. But there's just certain things that if I'm trying to do them, it takes an excessive amount of time to do them. So I'm going to have to keep an eye on that a little bit. I got my chat going on over there. I've not sent out the test. This is a test. Yep, that came through okay. But yeah, if I end up doing that more often, it's because I think I'm seeing something out of the corner of my eye, and it may or may not be a cat. At the moment, it's nothing. But that doesn't stop it from becoming a thing if a cat, a cat. I don't know. It's not my cat. I don't know what the fuck to call it. I'm just going to call it Stubtail because it's got a stub tail. It's not a Manx cat with no tail. I know that much. It's actually, you know, just it doesn't look like it's been snipped. It looks like it's been, you know, there's been something up with it in the past, and it's just got sort of like a tail that's about that long and ends in a stub rather than in a point. So we're just going to call it Stubtail or Stubby. And anyway, not seen it in a while, and the other day it just came bounding up to my window. And so I opened up the window and it came straight in and wandered around and looked about and left again after a while. And today it bounded up to the window again and I opened up the window. And yeah. Well, the thing is, I didn't see it leave. And I could never quite tell because I didn't see it leave earlier, and it was like, oh, I think it's gone, so I closed the window. And then, so like 20 minutes later, I look over there and it's like, oh, the cat is still actually in the building. Best go open that window. I opened the window for it, and it just stood on the window frame. Not inside, not outside, just on the window frame, and it's like, you're not gonna come and go, are you? And so it just kind of sat there for a while, and I was like, well, I'm bored, I'm gonna go sit down and do things. And yeah, I've not seen it leave or come back in yet, so I don't know whether it's here or whether it's not. So that'll be a, you know, gonna assume that it's gone by now. Oh, there's a... Sorry, I was just loading up the game and it's like, where's the music? Rightio, so this is Pillars of Eternity session 22. I think I'm still in the Endless Dungeon of Thadenua. I think. I remember being there. I think it's starting to get tougher, so maybe it's time to go back to the overworld and see what is there to do. But I think I'm going to press on down here for a little while longer, and then at some point maybe switch back to the overland. But yeah, we're... Oh god, I saw end of session 20 there, and it's like, I'm on 22, where's 21? Where's 21? And it's right there. I just didn't recognize it because I was trying to... It's like Endless Paths of Odnua, Endless Paths of Odnua, Endless Paths of Odnua. That's Bright Hollow session 20. That's not a good... But no, it is this one. Act 3, 3 months, 5 days, and 9 hours. Total play time is 54 hours and 44 minutes. don't know how accurate that is, because occasionally I'll leave the game running by accident in the background. Bum 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 diddy bum bum bum. Right, I've got over there to do, and I've got over there to do. I'm trying to remember how many levels there are to Ognua. Pillars, because I kind of want to get done with this place sooner rather than later. Okay, so we got 15 levels in total to this place. Fun.
All right then.
Although there is a quick exit. No, that's not the map that I wanted. Sorry, just trying to remember what the quick save button is. Been playing a lot of Baldur's Gate recently, and it's very similar style game. And because of that, it's like, which one's the button to? Save, because in Baldur's Gate it's just Q. In this, it's F5. I'm convincing all of these things to be on my side. Next. And finally.
Leave it to me.
Okay, so that's stairs going down, I think. It just says stairs. I think it's every 5 level, or is it every other level? Can't remember. I've had a couple of knockouts. We got one more camping supplies, which, for better or worse.
Leave it to me.
Dead on.
That's it.
Just like the way that, you know, one or two of the melee fighters got stuck at the back there and spent far too long. It's a master staircase. Okay, so this is an out if I wanted to take it. I might take this out to just rest up in Bright Hollow. No. How do I get these people to stop?
Now here's something.
Go.
It's done.
Skeletal fighters down that way. Try making them stop by pressing S, but that puts it into slow mode. And the wizard.
Yes.
You get back on the back lines. Vampire. Alright. Oh, I've got low health. Okay.
That's it.
Dead on. Throw a 10.
You can deal with the dragon thing.
That's it.
There we go. I'm gonna try the risky thing of pressing on down here.
All right then.
Rather than heading back. Oh, didn't want to do that. The runes and engravings upon this familiar machine are unnaturally well preserved. The machine itself remains inert and lifeless. Keep pressing Q to save.
I shall make it so. It's done.
See, I've just picked up some more camping supplies, and this game is very generous in its camping supplies. All the way down at level 8. Stairs going down. Got another 7 levels to go. We might not get this finished anytime today, but I do want to try and press on with this and see if I can get to the bottom of it. Because it's fairly good for experience, and from what Retro Ted was saying, it kind of helps.
I must say, I'm impressed.
You know, once you've gotten the levels from here, then most of the rest of the story, it's not as... You run into a plot point that you can't overcome because of the combat's too difficult. That's the reason why I'm doing this. I wasn't intended on doing the this dungeon because I knew that it would be a long one, and I didn't really feel that it's like it seems very much so like here's something to, you know, it was part of the Kickstarter reward, and it was just like, yeah, here's a thing, go play in this dungeon. If you want kind of touch, but from what I can tell, right, what do I have at the moment? I got damage reduction. Oh no, that was from resting or camping. Alright. So I have 3 perception. So yeah, I wasn't going to do this, but seeing as though it's not really giving me much choice. In terms of the difficulty, I'm gonna do it, try to get it finished, and then hopefully the rest of it won't be as annoying. Sagni saunters over to you, stretching her legs. She holds a pouch of deer jerky in one hand, and she offers it as she takes the seat across from you. Itamak looks on hungrily. Long day. She bends one arm behind her head, reaching up until you hear a pop. Just want to see how you're holding up. You seem to have a lot of long nights. Blood and Key haven't assassinated me yet, so I guess I can't complain. Bright side to everything, isn't there? She folds her arms over her knees. Look, it's been a while since I had a hunting party, but we're in this together now. Even if we're hunting for different things, we're still hunting together. She takes a hunk of dried meat from her pouch and bites a long strip of it, from it. Itamuk licks his lips and she tosses him the rest. I don't exactly understand what's happening to you, but I found, I'll help you find this Theos, same as you're doing for me. Alright, that wasn't a very deep and meaningful. a lot of notifications on my phone at the moment, which is kind of annoying. I'm just trying to make sure that nothing I need to be paying attention to is popping up, because that's usually the only time I get notifications. Doop doop doo, doop a doo doo. This place is as beautiful as it can be with the absence of children. But to a certain degree, one of the things that I should possibly look into doing is actually doing some of the companion quests. The thing is, I'm trying to do the companion quests for the ones that I'm interested in, but some of them just seem to be very... you know, the grieving mother, for example, she seems to have a sort of like mind maze that you need to try to navigate through. Not the worst thing in the world, but it's not exactly clear. And it takes a lot of second guessing because it's a maze. There we go. Finally got it out. Sorry, I've had a sesame seed stuck in my teeth out since I ate like an hour ago, and it's finally come out. So yeah, and it's one of them where it's like, it sounds interesting, but at the same token, I don't want to be having to click through and second guess everything that's going on. And I don't know, it's one of them where it's like, the NPCs I feel that should be a little bit more in your face when they want to talk and discuss things. Rather than just being very not. The Ardra has turned a dull shade of crimson. Entire sections of it have crumbled away from the walls and ceiling. Let's continue across the top. One of the things that I've noticed on RetroTed's stream is he uses the formation things quite a bit. Well, that's a creepy noise. And you know, yes, okay, having a formation to these things is kind of useful if you really want to. No, select everybody, click that, and then move to that formation. And so that's all fine and well, but I'm just so used to having them like that, and I've always had it just, you know, straight up 2x2. What the frack is that?
Nice and quiet.
Yeah, I had a feeling that might be the case. I saved it before coming in here. Major recovery, opal, and some copper.
I can get it to spill its secret. It's done.
An old copper key. Small bronze key. Then, yeah. It's spears like this one have been found scattered around the eastern reach, typically unearthed in excavations or heavy rains. They are thought to have been the weapon of choice for a fallen military state, though their origins have not been traced to a particular culture of the period. They tend to fetch favourable price on the black market for their unusual combination of traits, light yet durable, with tips that show no signs of having dulled over their long years. They are prized among soldiers for their quickness they lend to one's strikes. The two sockets carved along its length make this particular spear unique and suggest there was once more to this weapon.
Certainly.
Hey.
And move me to the back of the pack.
Hey.
I really don't want to rest again, but just because I'm massively injured from running through that room. Primordial slime. Found some copper pawns.
Were they build done?
Hi.
Spot on. My bow's ready. This is getting.
You're fine, don't worry about it.
After his mock.
That's it. Hey, leave it to me.
Dead on.
All right then.
Takes a long time to get for me to get up to 5 phrases.
I'm here.
Hey.
I want to loot the place. The skull is thrown back in a grimace of agony. Scroll of paralysis.
Of course.
Do you like this mechanic that they've got of the health and endurance? One of the things I might have mentioned at some point, but I've been playing a fair amount of Baldur's Gate recently. And one of the things in that is, especially because of the level that you start off in Baldur's Gate, you start off at level 1. And unless you're playing a very high constitution martial class, you know, fighter, ranger, barbarian, that kind of thing, you really do have very limited health points. I'm trying to quick save using the Q button from Baldur's Gate. But because there is so little in the way of healing in that game, I cannot see dominated for 30 seconds. Could you leave a spellcaster alone? I was just thinking I could actually just kill that thing.
Hey.
It's not very polite to be killing the pet, but at the same token it doesn't have hit points or health points. But yeah, in Baldur's Gate, you know, depending on what class that you are, Vithrak Brain, I'm pretty sure I need that for something. Where am I? I think I'd pay more attention to this kind of thing. Need 2 Vithrak Brains for exceptional enhancement. And a couple of rubies. So, yeah, not going to be doing that anytime soon. I think I'll need a new pistol for it. That's a problem.
What have we here?
Sneak up and take care of this. But yeah, so, you know, in Baldur's Gate, you can have a character who is fully healed at like 4 hit points.
You're not getting through me.
Finish them. Get on.
Which is kind of one of them fair enough deals. But at the same token, you know,
That's not very helpful.
because you've only got like 4 hit points, anytime that you start getting injured, it's very close to life or death. And
Can't get a good shot with this.
so you end up having to doobly what's it? Spend a lot of time resting or healing or using healing potions. And it very quickly gets to the point of, so like, yeah, okay, now I need to use another healing potion, or now I need to rest again. And I don't hate it, because that's just the nature of the game. But this, you know, it's you'll end up waking up, going out, doing like 1 or 2 fights. If you get injured and burn most of your healing on that 1 or 2 fights, then the logical course of action is to spend most of the money that you've got on healing potions, which is not very much in the early days of the game, or go to an inn and resting. And that in itself isn't the worst thing. It's just sometimes you'll be deep in a dungeon, and that resting is going to take, you know, a good while for you to walk back to town. Pay a couple of gold, rest up for 16 hours, because the first 8 hours is just getting your spells back. The second 8 hours is after you've burnt all of your spells on healing. Because you had to rest for 8 hours. It's just, you know, it's time consuming. Why did I not go in this room? Whereas this stamina hit points kind of deal, you know, in other games like trying to remember the name of it, Dragon Age. Where, you know, if you get knocked out, you'll end up with an injury like this. You'll then stand up. Then you'll spend, you know, half an hour trying to heal somebody with the spellcasters who can do it. And I think the managed regens in that. I honestly can't remember. It's been a while since I played Dragon Age. But it does feel a lot of standing around trying to take care of. They really focus down on. I need you to. Balderdash. I'm gonna end up dead.
This is getting nowhere.
It didn't game over. We're just getting mullered here. You know, there's lots of ways that games handle this. You know, Baldur's Gate was very much by the rules of D&D at the time, which mainly meant, you know, after a couple of fights, once your cleric is no longer got any spells, you'll have to take a rest or start burning money on healing potions. You know, and that's not the worst thing in the world, because, you know, there was usually, you know, one of the things that GMs would give out a lot sometimes is just a lot of healing potions to counteract the fact that you were going to be using a lot of healing potions as reward. And it's like, you know, you find 10 healing potions, yada yada yada, and then party divvy them up, and it's like, okay, I'm going to drink like 3 of these to get my hit points back, and it's like, okay, fair enough. Right, let's rest so that everybody's feeling groovy. We have a bit of damage reduction, you know. We still have a perception.
Certainly.
Finish them.
Run away, run away, run away.
Leave it.
Chokehold on the door is helping a bit now.
Can't get a good shot.
It's what repels my push.
Oh, take it out. There we go.
You're not getting. Francis! Francis!
God damn it, I really didn't want that to happen. Alright, start leading around the bleeding houses.
Yes.
How long is this going to go on for? 11 seconds. Why did we get a pause there? Oh, the Drake's got low endurance. That's not a concern. Thank you, Sagni, for finally snapping out of it. Right, you two get back over here.
Friend.
Everybody focus on the Crystalito.
That's it! All right then.
Oh, the fact that I wasn't here to see this thing die or disappear, it's kind of just stuck there. The spikes look sharp enough to cleave bone. So stairs down.
Were they be done?
Yeah.
That's it.
God damn it.
Got an arrow for this one.
That's it.
Yes.
That's it.
Dead on.
Oh, I got knocked out.
That's
Hey.
I've accidentally picked up some junk. I know, I've picked up some traps. I'm not really using these traps, so let's dump them all into here. It does make me wonder to a certain degree whether it's a viable strategy to like pose ambushes and the like. The last time I played a game where that was a viable thing was like not Baldur's Gate, Neverwinter Nights. If you were playing a rogue, you could go disarm and recover traps, or you could recover you could disarm or recover traps. Not and. Where you'd have, it was more difficult to recover a trap. Fun times.
Leave it to me. Varanthus!
I know, kill that one. Right, now turn around and fight that one. And it was more difficult to recover it, there was a lot of floating DCs, so it would be 1 DC to see it, 1 DC to mark it on the map so that everybody knew where it was and would hopefully avoid it. The AI wasn't very good at avoiding these things, but you could at least see it and move people around it carefully. 1 DC to remove the trap. But that was it, you were just basically breaking it. And then another DC to recover the trap. And I've just dumped some stuff. Oh no, I didn't. Okay, good.
Alright then.
What's in this puddle? An exceptional greatsword. Totally useless for this party because nobody uses greatswords. One of the people that I've benched. That's annoying. I don't know how that is supposed to open. Not seen anything that's all. This is how you open this hidden door. I can tell that there's a hidden door there because of the way that the map looks. If there's nothing beyond it, it's just blackness. There, there's blackness there and there's blackness there. There's something beyond there, and if you look, it's difficult to see in this lighting, but there's a distinct different coloration to that area, which indicates a hidden door. I just don't know how to open it, which is the annoying thing. But yeah, because Neverwinter Nights was kind of a solo experience as far as your character was concerned. If you played a rogue, it was fairly easy to, what was it? Oh, middle 5 levels of Ode Nua. So I'm guessing I've done the first 5 levels of Ode Nua? Yeah, first 5 levels of Ode Nua. Middle 5 levels of Ode Nua. And then I'm guessing the last 5 levels of Ode Nua. And I don't like being ambushed like this. They are just targeting me. Don't know what it keeps pausing for.
That's not very helpful.
I'm getting murdered again.
You're not getting through me.
So I do hope that this isn't proving that it's doing a Pathfinder AI where it would just constantly focus on the leader. You know, the one person who really shouldn't die. In Kingmaker it was worse because if you died it was game over, so it would then be like, oh, where do you want to load from? It's just a little bit more than annoying because it's like you're trying to remain as discreet as possible. Unlocking this will require the proper key. So, you know, in this case I've put myself all the way at the back. Now I do know that I tend to get a little bit further forward than the rest of the ranged attackers.
Of course.
But just walking into that last room, we were all kind of equidistant, and most of the things when they appeared shot at me. Let's have a fireball going out deep. Why do I not appear to be chancing much? Rope-like strands of webbing glisten with moisture. Ancient crumbling bones are all that remains of countless victims. I just seen that there's a thing there. A thing there. Adraki. Oh, is that outside? Oh no, that's just stairs. I'm guessing this is where the Adraki will take us. Yeah, unlock with the Adraki. Hello? One of these people nearly killed me last time. Now there's 3 of them. Oh, not you. You. Back away from the terrible situation. You're not looking healthy. Come on. Yes, yes. Not looking so great. Finish it. There we go. I might start having to play with my summons of 4 rather than the summons of 5. Just takes so long. I got a shtick that was a funny colour. Part of Pale Shield? Yeah.
Of course.
Oh, that was it. Just a room for some experience. How are we doing for experience? We're at level 10. I think there's only 6 more levels to go in this game, if I'm not mistaken. Dibbly, what was I gonna say? I mean, I'm all over the shop this evening. Yeah, 6 more levels, so hopefully when I get out of here it's gonna be slightly smoother for the rest of the game. I think I've gained like 1, maybe 2 levels in this place. It does feel a little bit of a cop-out on some of this. I don't know, it just feels like it's like, oh yeah, there's, you know, 15 levels to this really big dungeon, and it's like, this is not a big map. You know, there's the entrance. There's the other side of the map. Almost feels like they got bored halfway through, and it was like, we're gonna need another level that's, yeah, we'll do this. And they put as minimal effort into it as possible. I do wish these shades would stop appearing behind me. Because when they do that, they tend to be focusing on me.
Oh.
I can't do anything.
I'm after each mock.
My mom.
Let's get a fireball out, Nate. Do we have another chance? There we go, let's have... Oh god,
I'm here.
give me some room to move.
Yes. This one repels me.
Hey,
And then I get struck by lightning.
leave it to me. Hey, you're not.
Fine, screw it. Summon the dragon on this side.
Yes.
You want to move out of the way of the big dragon? And the dragon was useless. Yay! Hey Taylor, how's it going?
Hey.
I'm just talking random stuff at the moment. The luminous mushrooms give off a heavy, earthy musk. A dead adventurer with 900 gold on him. Another topaz. A winding mass of vicious thorns and thick vines spans the gap between the cavern walls. There are spaces here and there in the vegetation, and you can see into the chamber beyond, but it will be difficult to pass through unscathed. Look at the vines. The vines have grown so thick and tangled as they nearly form an impenetrable wall. Many of the thorns are as long as the span of your palm. From time to time you hear the faintest creak as if something has shifted slightly within the mass. Cross the wall. The moment you start to step through, the entire wall gives a great heave, coming alive in a surging mass of branches and vines. Thick, thorny branches swing towards you with vindictive force. Despite your best efforts to avoid them, Alof gets hit hard in the head by one of the vines. The plant seems to react to their victory, thrashing all the more vigorously. Scythe-like bards tear and scrape at you as you pass, surrounding you in a hailstorm of scratching, thrashing plants. With one final great effort, you scramble clear of the vines, stumbling into the space beyond the wall and out of reach. You're just gonna stand really at the back for the moment? Yay, I died.
for this one. My bow's ready.
Oh my word.
Let's go!
Ready. Got an arrow for this one.
This game sometimes managed to reverse nasty blue eyes deck with a lucky trap. Making him surrender rather than let me finish my plays. No idea what you're on about.
After an easy mark.
How long are you confused for? Dominated for another 10 seconds. Fair enough. I've never paid any attention to that stuff. Oh, for fuck's sake. Just die already.
Parathis! You're not getting through. Parathis! Parathis!
So are you now? Oh, you're confused.
Can't get a good shot with this.
Hey. Parathis!
How long are you? Dominated for another 7 seconds.
My mind.
Parathis!
Come on.
Can't get a good.
Yes.
Rather close. Not quite as much damage as I would like from a thing that says detonate on it.
You're not.
Nope, nope.
My thoughts were correct.
Parathis!
Don't for Aethys anything. Just kill the plants. How long are you confused for? No, will you stop trying to kill each other?
Whose side are you on?
They are not on my side, that's for sure.
Leave it to me!
Blood and sand.
Tell me.
Whose side are you on? Parathis!
Let's try that again.
Watch it with that.
Will you stop trying to kill each other when you snap out of this and just kill the things?
Just like a.
That lost control of you again. Right. And you're confused again. Oh my fucking word.
Hey, you're not getting through me.
I'm. Me.
Watch it with that.
I don't like the fact that when it's dominated and on the other side, they can straight up, even when confused, tell them to kill each other. Fucking ridiculous.
Whose side are you on?
It's a question of whose side are you on?
Lead the way. Just like old times.
So that's doing all the confusion stuff, and that's one of these two is doing all the dominate stuff.
Hey, Francis!
And if it were just there, we go. That's one of them down.
Francis! Hey, you're not getting through.
Just like old times.
Whose side are you on? Leave it to me.
Yeah, I really don't know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh! Nandor Nokia. Is that it?
Hey.
Who was hitting the lurker thing? Whatever. God, that was painful.
Hey.
I'm guessing crawling through that allows you to negate that fight. Son of a bitch. Well, that's annoying.
All right then.
That allows me to go back out.
We're dead.
Francis!
Just spot on.
This is part of the annoying path.
Hey.
We're dead. Bil dan sawu.
You're not getting through me. You're not getting through me.
My bow's ready. Ready, one. My bow.
I'm in a whole world of pain.
The big fella's down.
Francis! Leave it to me!
This is just
Ready, watcher.
fresh levels of fucking hell.
Hey,
Ba 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 ba.
How may I help?
Word day be done sour.
Nope, 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 nope. Alright,
Here.
you're lousy at the sneaking around. Not enough focus. I don't seem to get focus in combat.
Word day.
you're not getting...
Can't get a good shot with
You're not getting through me. Leave it to me!
Let's fireball back there. Let's ringleader. That one's the closest one.
Got an arrow for this. My mind feels sharp.
No idea where these shades come from, but it's rather annoying.
Ready, watcher. Got an arrow for this. Ready, watcher. After it.
Leave it to me!
Spellcasters are so annoying. I'm not even in the combat anymore and I think I'm gonna die.
Hey,
Hey, I'm dead.
Slow and silent.
hey.
Word day.
That's not very helpful.
My mind feels sharp. Crystal.
Hey,
Alright, you guys might as well continue trying to press forward. Nope, you guys are just fucking stuck.
alright then.
My mind feels sharp as
For Anthony!
That's it.
This game is just fresh levels of bullshit sometimes. Okay. I would like you to cast that over there. Right. You mate with a murder over there. You go hide around the back. Healing.
This one repels my...
You're not getting through me.
dead on.
Think I'm gonna die, but I might just take that for now.
Alright. Alright then. You're not getting through me.
Somebody's petrified. But only for another 10 seconds.
Hi. Griff Ulikna.
Come on, mate with a murder.
Hi.
Kinda stuck over here.
Right, I think
Hey,
the game should. Oh no, somebody's still petrified, so that's why we're waiting this out. Petrification is terrible. Plus 100% all damage taken, and all defenses go down.
hey.
There we go. Right, finally can move. Grab all of the stuff. Let's have a quick save. I'm going to grab that over there, and then we're going to head on out of here. Back to the surface. Level are we on? We're on 11. We might get this place done this session. Although the current going rate seems though that's just taken us a long time to get through this, it might have to be a case, depending on how the next level it goes, because it might just be a case that we just badly matched up for.
Amazing. You could fit a
Hey.
whole village in here.
What's this? Stronghold. The forum has finished. So 2, that's a nothing. Other merchant stalls might be useful. Nothing, nothing. Oh, 1 1 1 1 1 1. Well, I'm guessing it'll be this too. The Library of Sid Neor contains countless volumes of ancient lore. Upgrading the library will grant a lore bonus upon resting.
Hey.
Let's rest up and see how it goes. But yeah, it might have to be a case of, yet again, go off somewhere else, do something else, and then eventually be able to come back here and finish off the other levels? I don't know, and it's... I gotta say, you know, it's all like, I'm enjoying Pillars of Eternity for the narrative and for the story. What I'm not enjoying it for is this whole don't know where I'm supposed to be going. And nobody wants to speak to me this morning? Okay. And it's just a little bit frustrating that it's like you can't focus on any one task because eventually the task becomes too difficult and you need to turn around and go somewhere else. try and find another task that you can accomplish. You know, I get it in some regards. You know, Baldur's Gate was kind of similar. Baldur's Gate 2, as I'm watching Retro Ted play it through, is kind of similar, you know.
As beautiful as it can be with the absence of children.
It's only through sort of like experience do I recognize, or do I know what I'm supposed to be doing at any one time. You know, Baldur's Gate is a clean example of sort of like there's a quest that you get very early on to go into this lady's home and take care of the spiders there, and when you first pass that home, it is going to be impossible because of the level of your characters. You need to go off and do another thing. And Galaf the Drunkard, a local fool, has wandered into the stronghold and intends to stay for a while. Go escort them off. And so yeah, I know that that's down to experience. But at the same token, you know, I don't know. Potentially, I had more patience back in the day, or it was just the way things were done back then. I appreciate a lot of people. Oh, for fuck's sake!
You cannot venture forth while in combat.
Yeah, I can't venture forth, but these guys are meant to be the frontline fighters who can murder anything. Thank you.
My mind feels.
Take your van a while to charge up, I suppose.
Not getting through me.
Word, Dave.
Hey. You're not getting. You're not getting through me.
My bow's ready.
You're not getting through.
Oh.
That's an interesting graphical effect.
Word.
Hey, do you mind?
My mind feels.
I don't currently have control over either for another 2 seconds. Oh no, that thing's not dead yet. Now it's dead. Oh good, you did take care of yourself though.
Watch it.
But yeah, it's one of them where it's like, I don't really want to go off and look up a guide for this. And I suppose that was another thing. I do seem to recall back when I was playing Baldur's Gate. I think I did it with a guide the first time that I played through it. And that kind of cemented it in my brain as to like, this is the steps that you need, or this is the order of things that you have to do them in, because you just can't accomplish them in... You can if you struggle at it, but it's difficult without some of the things that you can do. God, this place is horrendous. What's this? Carob's Hazel. Carob was a wizard and a wand maker. Though brilliant, he had trouble selling his work due to the number of eccentricities, not the least of which was a vow that he would never make two wands of the same colour. The hazel wand was one of his most powerful creations. Unfortunately, like everything he made, it is the only one of its kind. I mean, you say that's unfortunate. Ooh. I mean, it's alright. What do you use for a ranged weapon? Oh, a crossbow. Okay. Pick up all the bleeding spores in this place. And save it. Luminous mushrooms give off a heavy earthy musk. But yeah, these days I feel that there's a lot more better things where it's like... Yes, I understand that narratively, you know, you don't know what kind of trouble you're getting yourself into when you go off and do a quest as a hero or that kind of thing. And yes, you can wander around and get yourself into a bit of a pickle. But it doesn't make for great gameplay, in my humble opinion. Especially when the alternatives are so simple. And also, you know, there's the option, you know, there is a potential of having options. You know, in this, if we just look at the difficulty here, we've got show personality and reputation, show unqualified interactions. Both of those two are just toggleable, where it's like this will tell you what kind of reputation personality impact a discussion will have. This will tell you, give you the, will show you the options even if you're not currently allowed to do so. And it's just there because it's like if you want to play the game a certain way, it just allows you to see, okay, yes, this is telling you what you're going to be doing before you actually do it. And it's that same toggleable thing where it's like, could we not just have on this list of quests some kind of indication as to who to the what level you're supposed to be doing these things at? And by giving it this prioritized list based on areas that you can get to and level that you are, it's like, you know, okay, yeah, this is the easiest quest. You go off and do that. You then find the next easiest quest and go off and do that. It doesn't change the gameplay at all. You can choose to ignore those kind of things. Just straight up tells you in game what you're getting in for before you accidentally get yourself killed. And yes, okay, they might have to devise something. Why are these things friendly when I first enter this room? There's a trap?
Of course.
Sharp eyes and keen ears. Where they be?
We're gonna unload a lot of magic into this room. Because I really don't feel like... God fucking damn it. Okay, we've got 7 party members, 4 of which are confused and are dominated.
You're not getting.
We'd just like to kill one of these forest lurkers before everything else. Could you explode? Now, there's one of the forest lurkers down.
You're not getting through me.
You're both are out of my control at the moment. Why are you using a stabbing weapon? Will you not? Oh no, that is a thing that you can murder. Could really do with you back under my control. Come on.
Hey, do you mind?
Why are you not under my... Oh my fracking word.
Let's have it out.
Let's not.
Yes.
That's not very helpful.
What are you stuck with and for how long? 1 second.
Hey. You're not getting through. Leave it to me. You're not getting through.
You're the only one under my control at the moment. Congratulations. You're not useless.
Francis!
Yeah.
That's it!
Yeah, man. And another one for the good books. Are you? Oh, you are. Thank you.
Hey.
Now I just need to take care of this earth block. 14 what?
Hey. Francis!
Spot on.
Hey.
Apparently that just went a little bit better.
Hey.
I'm gonna take it as a win.
Of course.
Go over there and stare at the abyss for a bit. There we go. Trap detected. I think I picked up a ring. Ring of Thorns. Dexterity +3 of reflex of 5 and defense while stunned 50 and defense while prone 50. You get knocked on your ass far often than I would like.
What have we here? Oh?
It will be a trap. Failed? Oh well, that's some new generational bullshit.
Certainly.
Everybody back off. Who's looking the healthiest?
Ready, Watcher.
Go stand on the trap. Money, a fish, and Verena's leaves. A red Saran fairy tale tells of a blacksmith who was travelling through the woods on his way home from a distant village. The wheel of his wagon broke and he had to make camp and repair it. During the night, a pack of hunters, a hunting stelgaer, ventured into his encampment, and he hid amongst the trees. Just as one of the beasts picked up his scent, Gan stepped from the copse and in front of the blacksmith. The Stelgaers soon lost interest, and when the blacksmith had recovered from his terror, he thanked the Gan, Verena, and begged to know how he could express his gratitude. Thrice she bade him to forget about her and continued on his way. But when seeing the man's zeal, she finally relented. "Enemies encroach my wood," she said. "Bring me the means of defending it." The blacksmith swore that he'd return with a worthy gift, and so departed. Weeks later, he forged a dagger and sought her in the forest. She saw the gift and smiled sadly. "A noble attempt, yet I fear it would do little to clear the foes that spring up in my midst. Please return home, and know that you have my thanks for your efforts." The blacksmith shook his head, and over her protest promised to bring her a suitable gift. After months being behind the forge, he crafted several fine battle axes, and he brought the best of these to Verena. Even her graciousness did not conceal the horror in her face. "Surely my enemies would seize this and turn it against me and my forest. Please go to your village and forget about this." Hey, Retro Ted and Raiders, how goes it? How is Baldur's Gate? Can I can't say. Oh no, I can do this. Nobody wants it. I can actually say things. No, that's not how you spell Retro Ted. Retro Ted. Hey, there we go. Link in the chat to Retro Chat stream where they were playing Baldur's Gate Shadows of Arm. Baldur's Gate 2 Shadows of Arm. How goes the bouldering gating? How goes it? It goes frustratingly. I'm in the Newer, the Starlight Dungeon of, and it's just been, it's been about an hour and a half now, and I think I've done 2, maybe 3 levels of this place. And this fight was just horrendous. We walked into this pretty much fully healed up, and everybody is at half health or less. I'm not sure how the rest of this place is going to be going, but then, it's one of them where I'm expressing frustration at this game, and I feel for you because you're probably getting the same frustrations a little bit when it comes to Baldur's Gate, in that you don't know where you're supposed to be going. The game's not giving you much of a clue as to where you need to go and what you need to do. I tried fighting the elemental lich again, no chance of killing it. And it feels like that, but the thing is though, in this, it's like, for the elemental lich, I suppose, depending on where you are in the game, they're just somebody in the city, and you're never that far away from anywhere in Baldur's Gate. In this, it feels like I'm miles away from everything. The quests are not very clear on where you need to go sometimes. And I'm just spending a lot of time, when I'm sort of like not... When I can't focus on one thing because I don't know the thing that I can actually do. Doobry, what's it? Flibbity flop. Yeah, when I can't focus on the thing, on a single thing because I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, it just feels like I'm spending a good hour, half hour just wandering around trying to find the thing that my level will allow me to accomplish. And yes, it's in vain of the solid classic games of Baldur's Gate and Icewind Dale. Icewind Dale was very linear, which is one of its selling points in my humble opinion, because you always knew what you were supposed to be doing. It wasn't... It's not like, here's 6 million quests. It was like, okay, go to this area. You go to that area. You meet one or two NPCs who would then say, oh, while you're in this area, could you do this for us? And, you were working towards 2, maybe 3 quests at a time. When it comes to Baldur's Gate and Baldur's Gate 2... On this, it's like, here's half a dozen quests. Oh, you want to know which one you can actually do right now? We're not going to tell you that. So you pick the one that sounds kind of interesting, kind of local, and you just get shanked. And it's like, well, I can't do that quest. And, your Elemental Lich is a clean example of that, where it's like, yeah, you walk into that fight, you get your ass handed to you, you reload, you try it again, just in case it was a bad case of RNG. And nope, you just get your ass handed to you yet again. So you then have to decide to go off and try something else. And it's just a little bit frustrating, and it kind of distracts from the good story that there is there, in Baldur's Gate and Baldur's Gate 2. I know that there is a very good story there, and the like. It's just trying to unpick that out, especially if, in the case of Pillars of Eternity, I can't remember anything off the top of my head with Baldur's Gate 2 at the moment. But it's like I'm halfway through this dungeon, or over halfway through this dungeon now, and I have a feeling that I'm going to have to stop, go off, do something else, wait until I get another level, maybe 2, then come back and pick up from where I left off. And you get that a couple of times in Baldur's Gate 2. Don't want to throw out any spoilers, and I can't remember specific examples. But I do know that they're there. And you just feel like you're wasting a lot of time, and the good story that is there is just getting so disjointed because you can go so far with it and then have to back off and do something else. And I just feel that the whole thing would be a lot better if they just gave you a little bit of a guiding hand. And it can be optional. The most money I've saved up in... I've spent most of the money I'd saved up to carry on the main quest. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, in Baldur's Gate 2, I would say don't worry too much about saving up the money. By the time you have the money, you shouldn't be having to worry about the money. But at the same token, it's like, don't put it off forever and don't buy everything that you can find. Do try to progress the main quest, because that going down the critical path can be a little bit difficult if you don't have the levels for it. But it does give you a lot of experience towards getting the levels you need to go on. I remember you mentioning this dungeon, old newer Retro Ted, and it's like, after you've done this dungeon, you didn't struggle anywhere else in the game, and that's the only reason why I'm doing this dungeon. It's just like, hopefully after this the rest of the game should be a bit smoother sailing. But anyway, I was reading about this weapon. After months behind the forge, he crafted several fine battle axes, and he brought the best of these to Viriana. Even her graciousness did not conceal the horror in her face. Surely my enemies would seize this and turn it against me and my forest. Please, go to your village and forget about this. But, deaf to her objections, he vowed to try again. So the blacksmiths devoted a year to crafting the finest, sharpest spearheads any had seen. People came from near and far to purchase the very weapons that he had crafted, finished, and deemed unworthy of Viriana. And his reputation grew. So did the village around him. After a year of labor, he returned to the forest with the finest spear any had ever seen. The wild seemed to have dwindled, and finding her was no easy task. When he did eventually, he presented the spear. A weapon worthy of you, he said, so long as none may snatch it from your grasp. But she recoiled from the wooden pole. I could not defend myself with the bones of my own felled trees. I beg you, go and do not return. Yet he made an oath to bring her a final gift fit for her purposes. After years of work, he crafted the finest rapier in the land. The blade is narrow and fine as a needled leaf. In that time, the sale of his lesser attempts had made him a wealthy man, and his village had grown to a small city. When he returned to the forest a final time, he hardly recognized it. The sprawling woodlands had been whittled to a few scrubby thickets, and Viriana was nowhere to be found. He returned once again to his forge and spent the rest of his days making rapiers to wreak vengeance upon Viriana's unknown tormentors. Yeah, no worries, Retro Ted. You have a good evening, and I think the next time we'll bump into each other will actually be on All the Glitters Explode. Oh no, you stream Sundays. Oh, and I stream tomorrow. I'll see you around, Retro Ted. I didn't actually check what. Oh, it's a unique rapier.
Hey.
There, finally managed to make it through this. I do think this whole part down here was like, you can go through this to avoid that, which again smacks me of terrible design. Basically, it's like, yeah, we realize this is difficult, so rather than forcing you to do it, here's a shortcut to just bypass it. It just smacks me of like, yeah, you knew that it was bad design, but you didn't go back and redo the design. You just figured give players a shortcut, which isn't the kind of accessibility that I enjoy. You know, anytime that I want an easier time of a game, you know, one of the things that I used to do in Pathfinder Kingmaker is like, if I knew that this fight was a fight that I needed to do to progress the plot and there was not much else to be doing at this time, I'd just lower the difficulty down a bit. Fat squirming larvae bob in this green liquid. Nice. Could the people who are supposed to be ranged equip their ranged weapons, please?
Spot on.
Why did I get a, oh, best progress crystal eater spiderling 100%.
Of course.
Ah. Vithrak sentries. A group of rogue figures block the passage. Their heads bear a fearsome resemblance to those of spiders that infest these caverns, their mandibles clacking in small, constant movements. In the dim light of the caverns, their round black eyes gleam like gems. They look upon you as you approach. You feel a peculiar, itchy sensation in your head, as if someone were running their thin fingers through your folds. A muted sense of distress fills your mind, followed by a far louder screech of alarm from one of the robed creatures. As one, the creatures turn towards you and attack.
Leave it to me.
Oh.
Let's
Have everybody done the spellcasting they have done?
spot on.
You're not getting through. Leave it to me. Hey.
I'm curious. It's one of the things that you can't see in the game. Vithrak are extremely rare, very dangerous creatures with natural cipher abilities. They are mostly humanoid in shape, slightly taller and thinner than humans, but boast fanged spider-like heads. Similarly to spiders, they are capable of spinning silk. Rather than creating webs, they use the skill to fashion complex hive structures, along with their own intricate and fine robes. Males and female Vithrak are indistinguishable from each other. They are primary spellcasters and mental manipulators like Scyther, though they will also attack with their fangs when forced in close quarters. Vithrak's psionic powers allow them to communicate mentally with one another. Like many social insectoids, their societies include a variety of specific roles, including scouts and defenders. Despite their extreme intelligence and power, Vithrak are not a major force in the world due to their extremely low birth rates. While their low birth rates are likely responsible for their famed hostility towards other races, they have also made the Vithrak highly altruistic when it comes to their own kind. They will defend their nests to the death. And they do kind of look rather creepy.
Hey.
We're dead.
That's it. Leave it to me.
Dead on.
You're not getting through me. Of course.
I think because I've not been streaming that much these last couple of days, my throat is actually starting to give out on me. These nests appear to have been abandoned and claimed by spiders. A few bones, a few hold bones and remains. But yes, I'm feeling my throat is getting a little raspy. I might be calling the stream a little bit early. Maybe after this level or so. In about 10 minutes, because I don't want to do myself an injury by just talking constantly. You feel a scratching sensation in your head, followed by a sudden high-pitched ringing. Scattered images flash within your mind's eye. You see a massive nest set against a cavern wall, stretching into the darkness. A vast network of webs somewhere far beneath the surface. You see, too, the sentries you have recently slain, their bodies lying crumpled on the cavern floor. And then, when the image fades, you see another of the spider-faced creatures standing before you. It raises its clawed hands. You feel another twinge inside your skull, and then words emerge within your mind in a voice wholly alien to your thoughts. Orech Devati Narot Uvreknat. The creature pauses, its fangs twitching. Keldina Thosthar Agrendi there. Do you know any Adrian? The creature makes a strange chittering noise. In your head you hear Adri's tongue. Many turns of wheel since last given thought. Animal is trespassing. Nests are here. Risk much in defending. Predators are dead. Animal is sated. Animal listens now. The creature makes a clacking sound. Not fighting. I'll listen. There's no need for more fighting. Yes. Animal is not need to fight. The creature spreads its arms. Vithrak greet you. Welcome to nest. Animal is keeping peace. And tell me about the Vithrak. The Vithrak looks at you for a moment, then down at itself, back. What is godlike animal? Vithrak people see what others do not. See light inside the little shell. It points at you. See great and burning light. Vithrak speak without voices and in many. Hundreds of souls in great city. Narith is colony. A great journey. Animal would walk long time to reach it. What are you doing here? Vithrak searching, seeking knowledge from home. For colony. Nathrith. Far away. Long time we searched. We grew sick with memory of home. Made nests, made new home, and found what we seek. Master of this place, the Vithrak gestures at the walls around you. Grew Adra, not cutting, breaking, growing, shaping. If Vithrak could find secret, make great works, statue, machines, Vithrak could weave silk and Adra both. Our nest becomes stronger. Colony becomes stronger. All of us weaving great works. You feel a sudden melancholy from the Vithrak. We are close, finding machines, crystals, but finding Adramen, too, in place below. Have lost many. Too many. It regards you with sudden interest. Godlike animal is strong. Defeated other animals. Killed gods. Could help Vithrak? What exactly are you looking for? Things to study. Things of Adra. All in the ruins below. Must see our old Nudra make Adra men. Adra shells, yes? Animals do not need to kill Adra men. Just need shells. Also needing part from machine. Part like a heart of the machine. Adra and shining metal. The Vithrak thinks for a moment. Last piece of Adra. Not the Adra from walls. Is different. Pure. Hard to find. Vithrak is hoping there is some below. If godlike animal bring these things, Vithrak owes animal great debt. Will help colony. Help us. Can go home. After so long waiting. For this great thing, Vithrak would reward animal. I gotta see what I can find. The Vivrak makes a peculiar clacking sound, and in your mind you feel a hazy gratitude. Then Tacharek is grateful. Way to the ruins lies east. Scouts have carved through stone, found stairs. Found more than stairs. They guard now from what is beneath. Animal must explain task, and Kithorik will let's pass in peace. Tacharek pauses. Kithorik is not kind. Animals is taking care. Can I rob you home? Yes, I can, 'cause you don't care. Adra coats these cavern walls like moss. It is strangely warm to the touch. That would be stealing. Even at this distance, the bottles and jars extrude strange odors. Small, grotesque items float in the murky liquid. Could really have done without all this dialogue. And the Vivrak studies you, alert as you approach, its dark eyes gleaming. Its voice, in your mind, is pleasantly melodic. Adra tongue is welcome. Kiriv, happy to see many new things here. It points a claw towards the cavern wall. Many crystals, it adds excitedly. What are you doing? The Vivrak raises a clawed finger to scratch lightly in one of the Adra formations growing along the wall. Is studying Iskar Arvar. Adra. How growing, shaping, using. In Stethrak Narith, Adra not growing. In Krivdi you will learn secret. Kivri also hunting supplies. Ishtit is helping, is searching caves in south. The Vivrak points. Is taking her time, it adds, with a hint of reproach. Is going alone too. Kiriv is not liking. Where did Ishtir go? Ishtir herself to search cave there. Took spiders to guard. It pauses. Kivri worries a little, but cannot stop to search. Is helping colony. And other questions. Take it you like shiny objects? It tilts its head. Is shining? Yes, is shining? Much light, many color, in veins of world. Is going down to heart, Kivri thinks. It makes a happy, small happy chirrup. Who is Kiriv? Vivrak makes a low whistling sound. Is Kiriv, it says brightly. Do you know anything about the master below? Kiriv knows many things, but not any master. Is asking Tacharek? It points a claw towards its leader and then folds its hands primly. Farewell. Fair? Well, yes, farewell. Adratong.
Were de bildan salu.
Why are you using that?
I'm
Leave it to me.
Hope you don't mind me murdering the spiders.
My mind feels sharp as steel.
dead on.
But yes, I'm probably going to call it after this level. I'm going to find the stairs down and Then call it. My throat is getting very scratchy.
You're not getting through me. That's it.
All this way for a spitter.
You're not getting through me. Not too long. You're not getting through me.
Be in peace, ally.
Hey, leave it to me. Hey.
Yeah, man.
Hold on.
I'm probably just gonna see how it goes tomorrow.
Parathis!
Because that's the thing with BioShock, it's not a game that is excessively scary, and I know roughly what I'm supposed to be doing in it. People got murked. I was not paying attention to this.
You're not.
Not now, Adair.
Wow, these things are just murdering me.
Not now, Adair. Uh-huh. Tell me.
I can't remember the last time I saved. Oh good, I did save just before I went down that way. We are looking a little bit roughed up at the moment. Probably isn't helping.
All right then.
This is one of them where it's like I really don't want to run all the way out of here. Let's rest and save and go.
Where did
This. Hey.
That's a problem where they just get frozen in place. Freezes them in place. That doesn't actually tell me.
watch your shoes? I'm gonna be sick.
Hey.
You can do better, Alof.
Hey.
Settle.
Hey. Leave it to me.
My
Parathis!
Could you not be dominated?
oh,
Would be appreciated.
my mind feels.
How much longer do you have? Half a second. There we go. Right. Heal up.
Hey. Francis! You're not... Francis!
Spot on.
Yeah, one of the things is it's like the Friday games, as much as it's like I'm trying to keep it in the spooky variants, it's also getting to be one of them where it's just games that Magcat and J-Station want to see me play, because eventually on the list somewhere is going to be God of War and
Of course.
while exploring the endless past, I've discovered what appears to be a piece of an ancient sword. Perhaps I can find more such pieces elsewhere in the ruins. I found a piece of polished stone, hums with power, and there are markings suggesting that it was once set within something. I have found a part of a shattered blade. It isn't much use like this, but perhaps it can be reforged if I find the rest. I found an ornate hilt of the sword. All of the ornamentation seems to be Adra in style and clearly valuable. And it doesn't tell me how many pieces. It just says all the pieces.
Hey.
The remains of an old and brittle. The remains are old and brittle, and scattered fragments along the cavern floor suggest that they were dragged here. Oh, that just sounds delightful.
Hi? Hey.
I'm on the trail.
Now here's something.
Embracer of deflection. Yeah, you can have it.
Hey.
That's what I also wanted to check. Are diamonds used in something? Oh, the topaz are used in something. I just need Kraken eyes. They'll be easy to find. Yeah, but diamonds have been added for something. Oh, there we go. Prayer against imprisonment. I suppose that's something that I should have probably been looking into. Dazed and confused. The main problem with things like this is it's good for 30 seconds. Release the Kraken. It's probably 3 or 4 pieces: pommel, hilt, blade, and guard. Yeah, that's the thing. Is it's not being clear on whether it's 3 or 4 pieces, and also, you know, it says that the blade is broken, so they could do a Lord of the Rings style where the blade itself is shattered into like 3 or 4 pieces. This is one of my complaints about this game. It's not clear on anything. And it's like, would it really kill you to just say, you know, I've found a piece of a broken blade. It looks like it's broken into 4 parts. And then you know what you're aiming for? Because it doesn't hurt. It doesn't tell, you know, it doesn't spoil everything for you. It doesn't make it tremendously so like, oh, you know that there's 5 parts or 4 parts or 3 parts. Oh no, such spoilers. It's just the wording is interchangeable, which makes it harder to tell. So it's very much, and it's like, if they just told you, it's like, because if you know that, you know, one of the things in Pathfinder Kingmaker is any of the set pieces that you could find. It made it very clear how many of those things that you needed to gather together. And I don't think I found any of the sets, mainly because it was always a case of, so I figured if I was going to find them, I'd find them. But if I got incredibly close to a lot of the sets, I feel that it wouldn't be a million miles away to basically be like, yeah, okay, I'll look up where the sets are online. But no, there was no, you know, I didn't feel a particular desire to do that. It's one of the things that has actually brought me to the thinking of sort of like, I could possibly go back to Pathfinder Kingmaker at some point with a guide walkthrough, sort of like, these are the sets that you can find, here's all the locations, and just print off, you know, lists and lists of, okay, so this piece is here, and mark it off when I find it, and just keep at it until I find all the different sets. It will be a hell of a lot of work, but I'm kind of curious just to know what those sets granted you. Because I'm guessing, you know, it's one of them where it's like, I wonder, I'm guessing it's going to be magical items and or some reward of that nature. Wonder how much easier the game gets if you actually stuck with it and found all of these different things. Are you going to find some ultimate set of armor and weapons and other knickknacks to make you nigh on unstoppable? I just don't have a desire to go back and play a 200-300 hour game with guides. But I've got to say that game was very good at like being divided into chapters. It's chapter 1, these are all things that you need to do. And it just didn't give you more quests, so you know, it was very clear that it was like, okay, clean up all these quests and follow the main quest. Clean up all these quests and follow the main quests. Rather than this where it's like, here's all the quests. Do them in whatever in order you want. You feel a sharp and sudden pain in your head, immediately followed by a harsh and alien voice. Near, godlike. Adra Visti. The creature makes a peculiar clacking sound. Before its voice speaks into your mind once more. I name it trespasser, killer, lingerer in the bright places. Where is it going? You speak a little better than your leader. It insults us. I will tear our memory of this place from it. It speaks to our leader. It visits the nest. You feel an echo in the Vethrak's alarm in your head. To what purpose? Your leader asked us to collect some other samples to help the colony. Did Chirac ask this? The Vithrak hisses quietly. Of this? You feel a muted wave of thwarted anger. Go then. The Adra men will crush it like a squirming hare, and Tithrak will send us once more. I am kind of curious. Before I forget, there was this person mentioned a Vivrak who went to the south, and here I killed a mad Vivrak. So I'm just kind of curious as to, can I now go back and explain that their friend is no more. Adratong is still welcome. Is needing something? I think I may have run into Istra. Istiat. She attacked me without warning, and I was forced to defend myself. Kivrik sees. For a moment you feel a peculiar scratching sensation in your head, and then it is gone. Kivri is sorry for Istia's actions. It's very strange. Istia acting so. Many strange things in this place. Kivrik is collecting many things while studying Adra. Not all stones are alike, yes. Having pretty stones. Take, please. Kivrik thanks Adra Tong. It is good to know. I'm guessing it gave me a balloon? I don't know. Odra Tara. And Veloom, whatever smeg they are. I was hoping for experience. So how are we doing? Ugh, not great. When that bar fills up, I level up, and it's like, I'm not doing the math on the numbers, but although I think I'm about 5,000 away from level up on average. Just seems to be very slow going. Do 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 do. Right, I'm gonna be saving it here and calling it for this stream because my throat is giving out on me. End of session 22. 22. We've made a fair bit of progress. We got from 8 to 12. I think this is level 12. Yeah, I got down 4 levels and there's only 3 levels left in this place. So, hopefully next session should be done with this all. Thank you for joining me this evening. I'm sorry about having cutting it a bit short. It's just my throat, it really is starting to irritate me now. I don't want to do any major damage. So we are going to see if there is anybody about to raid, because we usually would raid J Station 64 at this point. However, they are taking a break from everything and are out in the middle of nowhere having a holiday. There is not anybody that I am willing to raid at the moment. So I am just going to be bidding you all a good evening, and I hope to see you next time. Oh yeah, next time, and the rest of that kind of stuff. Why is my camera frozen? Weird. I'm Cameron Russmore. You can usually find me here streaming on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, although I have been skipping a fair number of Tuesdays or Thursdays. Some Thursdays I'm actually over on Madcat_UK's channel, where I am playing a co-op game with him, Ragnarok 359? 459. One of the four. It's either 459 or 359. I think it's 459. Now that I say it out loud. Ragnarok 459 We're going to go with that. Check out our Discord. On some of the Thursdays playing MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries. And SG Hawk, although I don't have much of a web presence. So that'll be happening next Thursday, so not Pillars of Eternity next week. On Mondays, starting next week, 459. Yes, I was right. I get there eventually. On Mondays and restarting next Monday, I am over on Manapot Studios, where I GM a Starfinder Revenge Path, Fly 3 or Die, in a stream that we call All That Glitters Explodes. A link to that should be getting. There we go. Thank you, Nightbot. In the meantime, some of the people that I stream there with include Krifu Banal, Retro Ted, J-Station 64, and Crit Commission's Lord of Irony. However, outside of that, you can all find us hanging out on a Discord together. A link to that is in the chat, where we talk about all things video games and TTRPGs and just generally anything geeky. So it's well worth if you pop into there. You can get notifications of when we go live and post your own notifications for when you go live as well, and engage in interesting conversations about things. And that covers that. Glitters is covered. I'll be back tomorrow playing Bioshock. After that, Tuesday, Thursday next week. Tuesday will be more Pillars of Eternity. Thursday will be over on Mike_UK's channel. And then on Friday, back with more Bioshock. Hope to see you all around. And until next time, daddy bye.